Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Calderone, and welcome to a very special edition of Coach's Corner here on UAlbanySports.com. It's NCAA Tournament Edition. We're joined by the head coach of the UAlbany women's lacrosse team, John Battolino. How are you, sir?
I'm great, Joe.
Before we started doing this whole taping thing, congratulations. That's what I was telling you. In case people are watching, you don't know, the women's team got an at-large bid into the NCAA tournament. Before we get into that, let's kind of talk about the America East tournament. You know, you open up with a win, you get to the finals, you face your nemesis, Stony Brook, and that was a battle right to the very end. You guys lose by 2. This might be a silly question, but do you think the way you guys played in that game, despite losing, is what got you that push into the NCAAs as an at-large?
No, I think our body of work that we did before that, in terms of what we needed to do with RPI and who we beat and the quality wins and the quality play prior to that, I think that, sealed it. But every game you expect to play well, and I was just I was pleased with their fight, but that alone isn't going to get us to win those games. But we played terribly for about 5 minutes, and that's all it takes against a quality team like that. Is like you have to hiccup and they take advantage, and that's a credit to them. But the kids know that they can play better. They see the results of that now, and I do think it helps them moving forward. But we have to adjust, and but I think that they proved to themselves that we can play with anyone in the country, and I think that the stage is set and they want to show that.
Yeah. So you're now in the NCAA tournament, but this is a self-serving question because I know you're going to be shocked by this. I never coached in college or played, so I know it's very shocking. So I'm just curious.
Joe, you could have fooled me.
Yeah,
I'm put you on staff right now.
Listen, that's why I like you. You're a great liar. So while you're sitting there with your team during the selection show, do you have an inkling that you're going to get in, or are you nervous on your own, pins and needles, thinking, what happens if we don't get in? I mean, is any of that? I mean, when you're watching the selection show, going through your mind?
You always have to think like in your mind you have a worst case scenario, and you go from that. And as I like to be optimistic, sure, but you have to also plan for what might happen, and on the negative side. So, but no, I'm on pins and needles, and I'm uncomfortable, and you're just you don't know everything that's being said in that room, and they're going back and forth. And believe me, I go through this all the time. I'm on the Torts and committee as well, and they talk about who's playing who and strength of schedule, and and I tell them, like, up to us. Like I asked everybody on that committee to play games, and some will play, and the rest just do what's easier. And we're a scary matchup for some teams, and so you play who you can, who I can play, and that's the thing that comes down to is just like they want to look at your strength of schedule, how you did against quality teams, and I think we played very well, and against the win against Cornell, playing competitively against Syracuse and some other teams, that helps us.
You look at that body of work. Your 5 losses are to ranked teams and seeded teams in the NCAA tournament.
Actually,
so now,
top 5 teams.
Yeah. So now you look at it, you get in, you guys are excited, and then right out of the chute, you get Northwestern, who you played, was it 4 or 5 years ago, NCAA tournament. This is not that Northwestern team. Breaking this down, what are some of the things that you think you guys might be able to do very well against them to have a shot to win this?
Well, they have some of the best recruits, players in the country. I think they've had bitten by the injury bug early on, and might be missing one of their better players. But I do think that we can compete. We can move the ball around in certain areas pretty quickly. It's going to be draw controls. It's going to be an important part, and making key stops around the net. I mean, they go hard. They play fast. and simulating that in practice, that's been the hard part. I remember several years ago I tried to do that with just, maybe I don't have many bodies left, but there was probably even less then, and trying to do it in practice, and it was hard. And then after the first 5 minutes, like, Coach, you were right. I'm like, yeah, I know, but
maybe you do the Rocky thing. You just put a chicken out there, let them chase it. If they catch it, there you go.
Pretty much. And believe me, I tried everything, and so we're gonna go through a few things, and and just try to play fast and and hard and physical, and and we're I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
He's the head coach of the UAlbany women's lacrosse team, John Battolino. Again, John, congrats on the at-large bid, and good luck this weekend.
All right, and again, I apologize.
Against Northwestern.
I apologize for with us not being able to get together last week.
For the Derby.
Listen,
this is not Monday morning quarterback. I had always dreaming, and
my from Patsy and the boys, like they came through.
One Eye Louie and all those guys.
They came through, and next time, hopefully, before the Preakness, we'll get together.
Something tells me we will. So, again, he's John Battolino. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. I'm Joe Calderone. This was another edition of Coach's Corner on UAlbanySports.com. We'll see you next time.